We got a great episode for you today. Before we jump into today, because we're going to talk about spiritual warfare in marriage. There are some of you all who are married and you're in a fight right now, and you're fighting with each other and you're not fighting the devil. And we need to give you some equipment today to make sure that you fight the right enemy.
Yes.
Tiffany wrote in and she says, "You are both such a blessing. When I came across your podcast on YouTube, my marriage was not in a safe place. I believe God placed your podcast in my life for such a purpose of strengthening my marriage. We are in such a good place because of you guys. I am forever grateful to our Father God for sending Ken and Tabitha Clayton my way. Thanks, and God bless you." Oh, Tiffany, we love you. Thank you so much for writing us. Hey, that means the world to us. If this podcast is a blessing to you, if you're new to our podcast, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow, hit the icon if you can. And also, if it's been good to you, make sure that you email us, write a review, share your story with us. Just know that your comments, they do mean the world to us.
Absolutely.
And they are also a blessing to other people. I want to jump into today, sweetheart, because I believe we know a little bit about this.
Yeah.
Tabitha and I, we've been married for 26 years. I always joke and say it's been the best 24 years of my life. The first 2 years was really bad. I had a plan to divorce her, and I didn't think that our marriage, did you think our marriage was going to make it?
I did. I don't think I had enough depth in my thinking to think past, like where we were. But I did. I don't think I was like, oh, our marriage is going to fail.
Did you never thought that at all? Never thought that?
I don't remember thinking those thoughts. I think I was more into thinking, man, am I going to be able to get up for work in the morning?
Okay.
Kind of thing.
Well, that's a whole story. Maybe we'll unpack all of it today.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. We've been married 26 years and we're best friends now. And it's not that our marriage is perfect. We have the same struggles and challenges today in some regard as we had back then, but we just deal with them completely different as it relates to the temptations, the disagreements, the different perspectives, the tools of communication. And I'll just give you a bunch of answers right from the beginning. Number one, you need a marriage mentor. You really do. Every single person, it don't matter really how long you've been married. You should be reading a book about marriage, listening to a podcast on marriage. Marriage is the one thing that it's like, when I get you, I got you, and then I'm going to go work on something else.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be.
Marriage and parenting.
It's like I had a kid, and then
there's no instructions.
No, there's no instructions. But for marriage specifically, it's almost like, especially for a guy as a chaser. So as a man, it's like, man, I want to get with her, and I'm giving you my best. I'm talking about, I'm figuring out your favorite perfume. I'm figuring out your favorite place to eat. I'm figuring out everything that you like. I do all this to get you. And then after I get you, I say,
I got her.
Subconsciously, I don't really say that. But what I do is then I go chase the career, chase success. I chase another endeavor.
It's like you check that off the list.
I chase something else. And marriage is one of those things that you can't be like, I got her or I got him. It takes a consistent, continual investment to go from one level in marriage to another level of marriage. So back to my original advice, we all need a marriage mentor. There's some mentorships through podcasts, and we believe we've created this community. We don't know everything, and we actually enjoy sharing our pain with you and our mistakes with you, because to me, that's a great form of mentorship. If somebody can be transparent enough to share their mess,
absolutely,
it can really teach me what to do, but more importantly, what not to do. And so we look at ourselves as like marriage coaches and marriage mentors. But you need a marriage mentor, even somebody who's in your church. Okay, we got a podcast here, but even closer, somebody that you can sit down with, counseling. You need somebody that you can say, you know what, I like their relationship. What do you do in your relationship to how have you been together for 40 years? I just love, I want to learn.
Yeah.
I want to learn. So if you are a life learner, let us know in the comments, because, we're here for those who want to learn. They're coachable, they're teachable, and all that stuff. But anyway, our story, we've been married for 26 years, and the first 2 years was pretty bad. I have my perspective of why things was bad. I'll give you what I think the problem was. I think the first 2 years of our marriage, I feel like I didn't have a mindset that you were the only one for me. Meaning that, like, if divorce came about, maybe it came about. If it didn't work out, well, I'm young, maybe I can start again. I didn't have an understanding of covenant. So, if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, if it don't work out, you just move on. And people come into the marriage and they still haven't twisted that knob. They stand on the altar and they say, rich or poor, health, sickness till death do us part. But even though they say it, it don't mean they mean that. And I can honestly say, looking back, that I said it, and from my mind as a young man, I kind of meant it. But then again, if it got too bad, meaning that I didn't hate divorce.
Yeah.
See, one of the things you have to do is begin to hate what God hates and love what he loves. And the Bible says that he hates divorce. He doesn't hate divorced people. If you've been through a divorce, there's a second chance. Life goes on. There's no condemnation to them that are in Christ. Sometimes you just got to move on to you know, it's okay. I mean, if it was a mistake, you move, okay, there's a new chapter here. I guess what I'm saying is, but now I'm going to position myself to hate divorce. And so divorce for us is not an option. So that was my problem. Also, I think that I didn't love God like I should love God. I knew about God, but I didn't know God. I was a spiritual person, but I didn't submit myself to his word. And so it was impossible for me to love you if I didn't love him, and I couldn't honor you if I didn't honor him, and I couldn't be faithful to you if I wasn't faithful to him. Everything changed for us when I started to really submit my life to the fullness of Jesus. What he said, that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
Those are a couple of things. Anything, what comes to your mind?
I mean, I think what you're expressing here is spiritual maturity. And I think marriage is for spiritually mature people. Not that you have to be like, reach a certain level, but there should be a certain a spiritual awareness that we have as believers, as man and woman coming together, entering into a spiritual covenant, a spiritual relationship. And I think that most people who get married don't enter in as spiritually mature people, meaning that I have a relationship with God. I understand the kingdom of God. I understand that I am a spirit. I have a soul and I live in this body. I understand that everything I see is only natural, but there is a whole world, a whole unseen realm that is more real than what we can see. And if we don't understand that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities. If we don't understand that, you know, this unseen realm is so real, I don't know. I just feel like we enter into marriage, and then marriage being a spiritual transaction, right? We enter into kind of a war that we're not equipped to fight.
Well, that's the realization. So this is what you got to hear this. Marriage is God's idea. And marriage is the one relationship that shows the world how much Jesus loves the church. So the church is actually called the bride of Christ. So when a man and a woman, the two become one, the reason that Jesus says, love your wife like Christ loved the church and gave himself for it, is that Jesus understands that when a man loves his wife that way is the closest picture that we can show the world of how much Christ loved the church.
Yes.
So the marriage picture and Jesus and the bride are very closely intertwined. Now, the reason that there's spiritual warfare, and if you don't understand warfare, marriage is God's idea. Family is something that's important to God. The foundation of the family, especially with the men being in the house, okay? Fathers need to be in the home, okay? Marriages need to stay together. The reason that the enemy attacks it at the root, because if you can take the man out of the house, you can throw off the children. If you can break up the marriage, you can throw off the family.
Come on.
If you can throw off the family, you can throw off the nations. You can literally shift the entire culture by just attacking the core of that which God's created.
Now, I think that is really good information.
It's really good information.
And one of the things that I've learned getting remarried, because this is my fourth marriage and your fourth marriage. And I'm like, oh, we so lined up. We lined up. We messed up the same amount of times.
My baby.
That's why I know you was meant for me.
I know.
Like, this is my fourth marriage. I'm like, I've been married 3 times. He was like, yeah, I've been married 3 times too. I'm like, for real? And then he was married to somebody named Sherry. Now, I ain't been married to nobody named Charles. Now, that's one thing for sure. I ain't been married. It was the wrong Sherry. But see, Sherry was coming.
Yeah, see, I think and I know that a lot of times we marry too young. We really don't understand what the covenant is with God, because number one, like he said, the man has to have a good relationship with God, love God, so he can learn to love his wife.
That's right.
And I think at young ages, we're not there at that time.
Right.
And we go by, like for me, example, and I had to grow out of it. I went by a lot of advice from people who meant well about marriage and relationships, but gave me a lot of wrong information. You understand?
Were they married?
No, they were. Some were and some weren't. But and their marriages didn't last, and that was my guide at the time.
Right.
But now I definitely see it different. You know what I mean? Like I love you like Christ loves the church.
That's right.
You understand? I would take a bullet for you.
Hey, I know you would.
Yes.
Even if I shot the gun.
Exactly.
You'd be like, give me that.
As long as I get that last hug.
Now, one of the things, it says nobody tells you the hardest part isn't the breakup. The hardest part is the rebuilding.
Yes.
Sometimes, and as I spoke before, a lot of times people get into relationships to get over a relationship.
And that's so bad.
And it's not the best thing to do. It's a rebound move. And so the grief that nobody talks about and nobody realizes that divorce is a grief.
It is a grief.
Because it's loss.
It is.
You have a picture of something that you had together, and then when it fails and it doesn't come together and you have to go away, it is a grief.
It's a grief. And see, a lot of times people associate grief with being sad all the time. It's not necessarily that. Grief can be bad, vexed, or something like that.
Have attitude problems.
Yeah, totally. It's a slew of emotions.
It is.
It is.
And especially when people are so hurt that they feel like, I'm never getting married again.
Exactly.
And that's the first thing you need to not say. The enemy should not allow you to put that out there, because God put you here to be with someone. Now, I do know that, like in the Bible, there were a lot of women in the Bible that didn't have husbands, didn't have children. And it makes you wonder, like, was that their assignment for their life, or was it because they chose that for themselves? But one of the things is grieving routines, family traditions, and future plans. A lot of times when you get divorced, you're missing the family union. Losing in-laws, mutual friends. Sometimes you have to move out of your community. Change churches. Shame versus sadness. So sometimes you ain't really sad that the trouble is gone, but you're sad with how you're having to lose everything. A lot of things you built together, you now back to yourself. And a lot of times financially, you're not able to obtain all those things or keep those things that you had when you were with someone. And a lot of times getting into another relationship, you get into that relationship because you're wanting someone to cover what the other person did. The emotional hangover phase. So a lot of times you're dealing with grief of your divorce because depending on how long you were together, that you were accustomed to doing a certain routine every day. You had certain friends or gatherings or barbecues and fish fries and, playing cards and things of this nature. Now, you're not just healing from a person. You're healing from a timeline that disappears.
That's a chapter of your life.
A chapter of your life. It's like reading a book and you take the first 5 chapters out of the book and there's only 9. And you're like, okay, now it's picking up right here, but I'm confused because what happened prior to this chapter?
Because like I told you, I was like at the point where, Lord, I'm 57. Nothing I won't be. I think it's the older you are, the more you feel like it's harder to start over. You understand what I'm saying? And
you probably do feel that way. We gotta also take in effect though that a lot of things that enter into your life when you're older are the things you primarily hold on to. A lot of things as Ken and they were talking about earlier is that when you're young, you don't care about starting over.
Exactly.
You be like, go get me the U-Haul. I don't care. I put everything in a 10-foot truck.
One thing he said is that he said he came into the relationship with the attitude of, if this don't work, I can replace you.
I can replace you.
And that should never. Because I know I can't replace you.
I know I can't
replace you because I know, and like I've always said, the other issue is that as you young and you're married, a lot of people don't pick the people that God has for them.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
I know you, Maria.
I know you mine.
See,
Well, I know I ain't your real, but I know I was your real. Because God, you got to think about it. If you have a hole, you're missing a real, which means there's a hole there. There's some emptiness.
Right.
And if a man fills that void with the flesh,
exactly,
which is why he becomes lustful, he has a wandering eye, he's just constantly looking for the next best thing.
That's right.
You will never fulfill, the woman will never feel fulfilled or feel as if she's good enough or worthy, because she's always in competition with the next woman who has no respect for herself.
Exactly.
She will wear clothing that more or less defiles who she is, and very provocative, and it becomes a Delilah spirit.
Exactly.
It becomes this spirit of enticement.
Yes.
And they get off on the attention.
Yes. Yes.
And then they can notice a woman looking at her, knowing that, you know, we more or less are saying, can you please just go on somewhere?
Right.
But women will become very vindictive, and they will they'll do things, open their legs, bend down so you can see cleavage. They try to get eye contact all the time.
Right.
They're always trying to get eye contact, and they'll look at the woman most of the time to see when we ain't looking, so she can get a peek in. Like, been there, done that.
And see, that's why I don't play I'm not to touch your feelings. But you don't have to touch me.
Don't touch my husband to talk to him. Matter of fact, don't even whisper in his ear.
I don't go
because I'd rather you say, can you come here for a moment? Because we both gonna come.
That's right.
If it's the opposite sex.
That's right.
I feel like it's important that people value the identity of who you are now. Becoming single again after years, learning your preferences again. It's like having a standard. When I got married, I was hurt before. I was cheated on. Right. I was in domestic violence. So people put their hands on me. Right. So you start to devour who you are as a person because of the things you allow people to do to you. And then at some point, because you don't want to be by yourself, you start to tolerate the disrespectful behavior that can come from women and men. There's women out here that become mad at their spouses or feel like they're not getting enough attention. Then they start underdressing. They're not dressing classy anymore. They start going back to teenage years and when they were their 20s, and your body don't look the same. You're not the same. And even if it did, it operates differently.
Right. And also on the men's side, I know that some men go through the I wonder if I still have it phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be out trying to see if you still have it. If you got the one you love, you one you know God gave you.
Because when you replace that, when you say I'm missing a rib, when you replace that hole with the flesh, you're going to be a fleshy man.
Exactly.
You're going to always be enticed, tempted. You're going to always be battling who you're with versus the other thing. Right. You're going to always look at yourself like, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, she don't do this, but she does that. Or you look at TV and you're looking at, and we had spoke before about, you know, watching porn and things of this nature. It doesn't help us. No. It's not for us, because I'm going to tell you why it's not for me. I don't like seeing women defiled. I don't either. And the other thing is because men that are caught up in porn, they end up trying to force their spouse to do what they saw. You know, and that's not right. And it isn't, because you and your partner established your own intimacy. That's right. And I don't need to watch nobody else to know how to take care of my man. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want to see a man do something to a woman that I ain't gonna let my husband do to me. Because something that I ain't gonna want to do or do. And it's like, you got women out here that will do everything with anybody. And I'm like, I ain't been with everybody. And I don't want to put myself through being with you as if I've been with the whole world. Right. It ain't happening. And see, the other thing is, it's one of the things that some men deal with is that when they get a woman that's beautiful like it's you, and you know, they deal with sometimes coming out of divorce and being dogged out or mistreated. Their self-esteem is low. Right. So they come into a relationship with a beautiful woman like, oh, she's gonna mess around on me too. Yeah. You know, I'm not good enough for her. You know what I mean? Or you will limit your ability to do more for her because you don't want to feel as if it's a waste of time. And not even that, or just feel like, oh, I'm going to get used again. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. But that'll cause you not to do what you should do for the woman that's for you. That's right. Because of the ones that wouldn't hurt you. Right. Exactly. And so that's why you have to take time. That's right. To get away from a relationship, to work on you. Yes, right. And heal. Yeah, because growth is uncomfortable, and it's not an easy fix. No. Because you always got to take a look at yourself. You got to look at why the marriage failed, not just because of what they did. But you got to look at what you did, because sometimes you allow things to happen that it's hard to turn it off now because you allowed it so long. So you got to learn how to put your foot down and have expectations and know what makes you happy. And then go from there, because when you list down, you know, it says write it down and make it plain from the tablets of your heart. Now,
and I know so many couples, we of course I never mention names, I know so many couples that just want to give the illusion of a perfect marriage. There's no perfect marriage. Or a good marriage when it's really not.
When it really is not. Because you can tell most of the time, because half the time you see a lot of men or women, they're out by themselves.
Exactly.
Or the gift that's inside of you're never challenging yourself to go towards what God has assigned on your life.
That's right.
Because you're too busy caught up either jealousy or you're in a situation where you have no trust. Right. So I dealt with that in a lot of my relationships after I was hurt, because if I'm telling you what this person did to hurt me, and then you turn around and do it too, it makes it hard to get away from feeling as if they won't do it, because once you see that they've done it, it's like it's a hurtful part in you, because you're wondering why you even with this person sometimes. Because you'll say, well, gosh, you know, if I was going to let him do it, then why didn't I stay with the one before and work it out with that person? Because at the end of the day, you're like mirroring your failures. The healing work, the real kind. Growth is uncomfortable. Therapy, journaling, and spiritual rebuilding. We feel it's very important that you write down daily certain things that you're dealing with emotion-wise and mental-wise, because relationships and going through a relationship, whether you lost them through death or a divorce, that's when you become an MS. You go from MRS, this is a woman, to MS. A lot of times. Oh yeah, men stay the same. Y'all MR, whether you divorced, single, cheating, don't even matter. I'm like, why don't we just take the M off y'all name? Y'all just be a Or if we take the R off, y'all just be a Be like, you know what? He's a Jackson, because that's saying you did something wrong in that marriage.
And another thing, I you know, during divorce, when you have to experience the divorce, I don't think people. I'm not gonna say they don't think about it, but I don't think they take it seriously of how it affects children.
Yeah. Because
once they see how it happens and don't really understand it, that's their map.
That's their map.
You understand? That's their map.
That's what they see.
Right.
So if you grew up in a household and your mom wasn't married, well, then you saw the ins and outs of relationships that failed and they left. And so your only example as a young boy is daddy gone.
That's it.
The relationships with mom gone. Nobody married that person. Nobody got married. So you didn't get to see it. But then when you have sisters that get married, it's like you go into a protective mode, because you don't want the one they're marrying to mistreat your sister or do them wrong or upset your mom and disrespect your mom. You don't want people coming into your life and take you away from your family.
And see, bad information. Let me tell you. I remember I told you, I was told in my teenage years never to let a woman know you care. If you do, she has you.
Now, does that person, are they with anybody?
Not to this day. They're not married.
Wow.
They're just in and out of relationships. But after I got a little older, I learned not to listen to that real quick.
Yeah.
Because if you let a woman know you care and you have her, that's what you want. You know?
Because we were told at our wedding, you know, don't get advice from people who aren't married.
That's right.
And don't get advice from people who are married but have bad marriages.
That's right.
Because y'all cheating on each other, y'all sleeping in separate rooms. I don't want no advice like it.
That's right.
I want advice that tell me, go home. Don't you let the enemy come in and destroy what he brought together. See, it says don't let no man put asunder.
And see, like I told you before we got together, when I started my production company with the guy that I started with, remember I told you I had to continually stay on him because he would use our company to mess around.
Right.
Oh, I told him I was going to record. And I had to tell him, don't curse our company.
Don't curse the company by constantly allowing yourself to be manipulated by people who really aren't for your marriage.
Exactly.
They really aren't for it. But at some point, they I don't know. I guess I
But
was.
see, I know that when people are having bad marriages and they're the ones doing the dirt,
Yeah.
and you happen to be friends with them, they expect you to be the same way.
Yeah.
They expect you to condone it.
They do.
And that's
That is not it. So you guys, we're going to come right back after this song message from God, and we will be.
Do you believe? Oh yes, yes. Oh, do you believe? Do you believe? Yeah. Oh yes. I know that your dreams are for you. You think no, but the closer you believe. Do you trust him? And do you believe? Do you trust God? Do you believe? Do you believe? Yes, oh yes. I buried my kids a few years ago. Never thought I'd be where I am today, but she will heal. Oh yes, do you believe him? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you believe? Do you believe? Yeah, yeah, yes. Oh, friends let me down, family let me down. Oh, yes. But it took strangers to pick me up. Oh, they pick me up. Do you believe? Do you trust God with your plans? Do you believe? Do you believe? Do you trust God? I will heal, she will heal, he will heal, yes, oh yes. Do you trust God? Do you believe? I believe, yes, oh yes.
Baby, I'm here
Do
to
you
tell you.
believe, baby?
Do you believe?
I definitely believe.
I definitely believe.
I believe that when you get with the one God specifically had for you,
Mhm.
the changes that you need to make, you want to make them. You know what I mean?
You do.
I mean,
You
because of course, when we got together, I was so cut off. You know what I mean?
Oh Lord, was
And-
you ever?
Yeah, and I learned to be that way as a defense mechanism because of how I was treated before.
True.
But now, man, I'm just so grateful. I am, because Lord is so good when you get the one God has for you.
When you with the right one,
That's right.
it does make a
Because
difference.
I'm just to be honest, you have grown me up in some areas.
Yeah.
You really have.
Oh baby, that's so sweet.
No, really, because back then, you didn't want to be with me. Okay. Now, go for it. You my baby.
Mwah. Be like, you is my boo
You are
thing.
my boo thing for real.
We are just so blessed because we serve a God. First of
Yes.
all, we serve a God that is about second chances.
That's so right.
And I'm grateful to that because God knows that we are not perfect by no means.
Exactly.
And we do things with excellence. We do things
yes.
which God has ordained us to do.
That's right.
And we're just thanking all of you guys because, as we told you before, becoming single again after years, you're learning your preferences again,
That's
the
right.
freedom that feels terrifying,
That's right.
and rediscovering individuality versus being lonely.
Exactly.
It's not about being lonely, because at the end of the day, God wants you to know, first of all, that in your therapy and journeying and taking responsibility
Right.
without taking all the blame. Don't blame yourself for everything. It is not your fault for everything
That's
most of the time.
That's right. And you have to be happy with yourself before you can be happy with anybody else.
You do.
You have to.
You do.
That's part of your healing journey.
You do. Because what I've learned is that in learning what our responsibilities are, in learning who you are as got a trick for you guys. I did find it. Like I did find it. You know, I did.
This is so amazing.
It was so amazing. We did find our clip here that I am going to be showing you guys. But as we were stating, when you there's 3 stages of healing. And before we show y'all a little bit of our Soul Shine Awards,
and I hear the call to it.
yes, the 3 stages of healing is survival. Stop the emotional bleeding. So
right.
once it's over, it's over. Accept it.
Right.
You first go to counseling. Don't let everybody in your business.
Because, like you said, you know, there's premarital counseling.
Yeah.
Nobody ever gets counseling after they get divorced.
After you get divorced,
Right.
and that's one of the things we do. We're
That's
life
right.
coaches to
That's right.
help with the rebuilding of who
That's
you
right.
are, finding your
Right.
gift and talent, and moving forward. The next one is understanding, which is pattern awareness. Are you
That's right.
choosing the same people?
That's right. That's right.
Are you allowing the
Ooh,
same
that's a
thing
good one.
in
That's a good one.
that you just got rid of?
That's
You
a
know.
good one. That's a good one.
And the next one is transformation, choosing differently.
That's
So going outside the box.
That's right.
You say, well, you know, I like dudes with good hair. Well, get somebody with nappy hair for a change. Like, I want somebody with some good hair. Well, guess what? All them good hair people done hurt you. Okay? So get you a kinky head dude. You know what I'm saying? He gonna treat you right. You know what I'm saying?
So funny.
Fear of loving again. Okay, protection versus isolation. Now, a lot of people go in isolation.
Yeah.
They don't want to heal within because they want to hang on to the bitterness.
Yes.
And it will then, and then when you constantly be like, I don't want nobody in my life, I ain't gonna never find nobody, there ain't nobody.
Right.
Well, you got to remember the words that you spoke out of your mouth.
That's right.
Because guess what? You still gonna meet people.
That's right. Because I'm gonna give you an example. There was a person. I don't know if you remember the year that Cadillac came out with the bad Cadillac converters on.
No.
And I mean, these cars they were terrible. Break it down.
The
Left
box
and right.
Cadillac.
Yes.
Okay, the
Okay.
box
Now
Cadillac.
check this out. This person, that was their first car. So from that experience, they was like, I don't want no car with a Cadillac converter. You gotta have one.
But you gotta have a Cadillac converter.
Right. And I said that to say this. You know, just because one of your experiences, your first, second, third experiences, was with a person that was a bad person,
Right.
don't classify everybody as a group.
Right.
Because there are good people out there.
There are some
And God
good people.
has somebody for you.
Yes, he does. Because as we say, you got hyper independence, which means you enjoy being by yourself,
Yeah.
but you become a busybody.
That's right.
You won't even stop long enough to take care of you and be happy
Right.
for you because
Right.
you so caught up in being with somebody else. We actually knew a lady who was supposed to got married,
Oh man.
was with somebody a long time,
Long
and was
time.
supposed to got married and kept giving dates and pushing it back and putting dates and pushing it
busybody.
back, and there was a busybody. And at the end of the day, it's like they never got married and then lost the person.
Yeah. That's
It's like
sad.
you're waiting on someone for, you've waited to be with someone to love you, and you finally find it. Don't
That's
procrastinate
right.
your happiness.
Because like Pastor said, at Sunday, he was like, some of y'all been engaged
15 years,
It don't take that long.
It don't take that
Near
long.
that long.
I knew when
I
we
knew.
got
I
together
already knew.
on our first date,
Exactly.
I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life
I
with him.
knew that too.
I knew it.
I knew it.
Trust issues, red flags everywhere.
Right.
So if you're dealing with red flags, you meet
Right.
somebody, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just don't pair up. Don't be rude. Don't be mean.
Exactly.
Don't tell them you ain't gonna never see them or nothing
Right,
while you
right.
at the restaurant. You know, let them pay for the food. Let them pay for the food. You might even go half. Be like, you know what? I'm going half tonight.
That's right.
Because I'm all about putting it on the table. So wait till you get home, you know, let them down easy. Don't go to nobody, because we live in a world today. People will try to hunt you down. They'll find you on Facebook, blast you, like you block them and you do all this. But what you can do is, I think that it's important that when you go on a date, you meet somebody. I think it's important to let people know you're open right now,
Right.
and you're not ready to settle down.
Exactly.
Because they can't determine who can be in your life and
That's
who's your
right.
friends
That's
and who's
right.
not your friends, because we ain't got there yet.
That's right.
We ain't about to give you all this authority,
Exactly.
and you
Exactly.
ain't
We don't
nobody.
have
You ain't got no covenant.
We got
Like, quit
covenant.
giving people authority over your life, and you ain't got no ring on it. Put a ring on it. You know what I'm saying? The nervous system remembering pain. I want you to understand that your nervous system, anxiety, a lot of things you deal with, PTSD. You ain't got no PTSD from no bad relationship. You know how many relationships you done went through since you was in school?
Unless you was beaten.
You know,
bad.
it's like, at the end of the day, let it go. Like,
Yeah,
everybody
you
ain't
have
for
to-
everybody. We
that's
live in
right.
a big old world.
That's
And
right.
if you
You
limit
see-
yourself to your room,
That's
then you
right.
ain't gonna never meet nobody
That's
but
right.
the ants that crawl through your window.
Because see, like we did, and I didn't even know you did it. You didn't know I did it until we told each other. After my last divorce, I was like, you know what, Lord, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I know you want from me.
Yeah.
And one of the main things was, Lord, why do I always get with somebody that's not a giver?
Wow.
Now look what I have.
And then I was with someone that they wasn't givers.
Man, this is
They wasn't
awesome.
givers of Christian thing. They gave other stuff away. But they ain't give away nothing to count it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Quit giving of yourself
That's
in
right.
your marriage.
That's right.
Quit letting other people predict when they pull on you. Don't
That's
let
right.
people pull on you. I tell my husband, when you get off work, clock out down there, but you clock in at home, because
And-
I'm all about home is where the heart is.
Yes, it is.
You know?
And it's so wonderful when a couple grows spiritually together. You know, one teaching the other, one pulling on the other, and vice versa. Because I'm gonna tell you something you said today that really, 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 really touched my heart.
What?
You was at a place, and they was like, "Well, we see you on Facebook advertising for all these other places, but you don't advertise for us, and we know how they treated us." And I'm gonna be honest, my first thought was, I wish I'd have been there to say something. But she told me, she said, baby, we're not like them.
Correct.
And we're not gonna respond like them. And see, that's spiritual growth.
It's spiritual
you understand
growth.
what I'm saying?
Because there was a time and a place about 7 years ago. Fuck them.
And
I ain't doing nothing. But I'm like, you know what,
right.
God, I'm gonna do it.
That's
Because
right.
at the end of the day, you got to remember that it says, do unto others
as you would have
them to do unto you. So people that are mean to you are expecting you to be mean back, because they want to pull you out
That's right.
of the will of God. If they're coming at you ungodly,
That's right.
then they're wanting you to be ungodly. If
And
they come with love,
Yeah.
they gonna expect love
Look,
back.
And the other hard part about that is, it's like, I can take a lot of stuff if it's coming at me, but it's harder when it's coming at my loved one.
Correct.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
that's how I am about him.
That's a totally different.
I'm very protective of him, because at the
Vice
end of the
versa.
day, we ain't kids no more.
That's right.
We ain't in high school.
That's right.
I don't need nobody to tell me who to be with, how to be with them,
Exactly.
what I know about them, because that's irrelevant.
Very irrelevant.
Because there's some things I know about you.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna get out here and just blast you because of what I know.
Exactly.
Because once you get with a person, you start to go back in reality, and you go back and learn about each other's childhoods.
That's right.
You learn about each other's siblings. We
Exactly.
learn a lot of stuff, and I'm like, y'all might want to be careful, keep throwing knives at me, because I know some stuff that
Exactly.
y'all did.
Exactly.
And it
Exactly.
feels good, because I'm smiling.
You're so
Like, oh my God, you're not perfect. Oh my God, you ain't got it all
That's
together.
right.
It took you a minute
That's right.
to spiritually grow up. And it made me feel empowered, because at the end of the day, anybody that keeps spitting venom, I'm like, you a snake that's walking.
That's right. That's
But
right.
when you come across my path, I'm gonna put you back on the ground on your stomach, slithering on away. That's where you're supposed to be.
That's right.
So it says, the first time you feel something again, reopening up your heart, don't feel guilty about moving on, whether you have lost your spouse through death or moving on, divorce. comparing new people to your ex. Don't do
No,
that.
don't do it. Don't. The comparison game.
Don't do it. Like at the end of the day, the way you treated that person is why you're not with them.
That's
if you
right.
start to creep that over into your new relationship, it's gonna cause problems. And you gotta love each other enough to be like, hold on a minute,
Exactly.
don't call me. And one time you called me her name. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was
being
just playing, being
sarcastic, y'all.
smarty. And I was
I
like, you
should
know
have
what?
never done that.
Don't ever do that because
Because I don't care how much something or situation or circumstance resembles where you came from.
yeah,
Never call them that.
never do that
Yeah,
because it's an emotional trick.
it really is.
And
It
it's
really
like at the end of the day, the devil can use that.
is. And he does.
And you be asleep and then say her name, and
He
then it's
does.
all hell gonna break
over.
loose.
That's right.
It's gonna be
It's all
over. So don't allow the devil
That's
to
right.
take your thoughts and make them come out your mouth
Right.
when you already know it's a cut to the
You
marriage.
see, one thing people really need to understand and realize: the devil can't even read your thoughts. He can suggest thoughts.
Yeah,
You only give him a power if you don't take the thought under subjection and
that's
cast
right.
it down.
And cast it down.
You understand? Yeah. Yeah.
It says learning emotional safety versus emotional intensity. Quit being all upset all the time, getting
That's
your
right.
blood pressure all up.
Puffing and puffing.
When it was done, it was done.
right.
See, you got some people be like, oh my God, he got with her, and how come he didn't buy me a car? Or how come he didn't
Right.
do this for me?
That's
Or
right.
he's doing this for her. And it's like, I did all this work with him, and now he's doing everything with her. That's because he wasn't meant to be with you.
Exactly.
And it says
Exactly.
that the wicked is storing for the righteous. So y'all people that
Well,
mistreated
the
this,
wicked is laid up for the righteous.
all y'all that mistreated this good old man right here, guess what? That was wickedness. And it was
I've
being all
never-
built up
I've
for the
never-
righteous,
I've
for
never
me.
had an event with anybody else I've ever been because nobody else was doing anything.
Right.
I saw you while you was working.
Yes.
And that's what God showed me. And I always tell you, your energy is contagious.
Because God says, you know, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. But what good thing are you doing? It's more than your body.
Exactly.
It's more than your appearance.
Exactly.
It's more than you going and shopping,
Exactly.
spending your whole check on a
Exactly.
wardrobe that you ain't got nowhere to wear it to.
That's right.
It's like, and then some people spend all this money. Don't you know I love thrifting? I
I
find
love
some
that
of
you
the
love
baddest
You
dresses
sure do.
when
People
I'm
think-
out thrifting.
And when people look at us like we done went to dang on what's the store?
Whatever name store.
The high price
The
store.
high price. And it be high price items
It
that we
does.
wear.
It does.
But we ain't pay that
We
high
ain't
price.
paying $1.
We here to subject the devil, first of all, to righteousness.
That's right.
Meaning that I ain't out here trying to be bougie
Exactly.
or
That's
put
one
myself
thing I
up
love
on a pedestal like I am too good for
That's one
anything.
thing I love about you.
Oh my God. Because I'm here to tell you,
I'm
you go to the right area of town and you go to them thrift stores and them
right.
people take care of them clothes,
That's
they
right.
dry clean them.
That's
How many of
right.
y'all dry clean your clothes? Y'all dry clean them. Y'all wash them and they shrink and you give them away. That's why they end up in the thrift store, because they too small because
That's
you
right.
didn't dry clean them. So you go to a side of town that you know is nice
Right.
and got nice thrift stores. And y'all, you can find some of the baddest dresses. Some of y'all, what you spend on one outfit, you can get all 4 dresses for the whole month.
Yeah, what
Y'all
that
better
is,
learn
you get
how
on
to
that
dress.
event.
Man, I'm here to tell you, y'all better learn how to thrift, because I know how to thrift. Because God says, at the end of the day, I ain't missing nothing. I can't take none of this stuff with me. You can go out here and spend all this
That's
money,
right.
but when
It
you
ain't
leave
going
this
with
earth, you cannot
That's right.
take it with you. Guess what?
Right.
It's gonna end up in the thrift store for somebody
Somebody
else to buy.
Anyway,
Guilt about moving on. Don't feel guilty.
don't feel guilty.
Love after divorce feels calmer, and that can feel suspicious. Don't feel bad about feeling good
That's
about
right.
something coming into your life
That's
that
right.
someone else didn't fulfill.
That's right. Exactly.
Remember that.
Remember that.
And dating with awareness.
That's right. Dating with awareness.
Sometimes people get on the internet, meet people online, and
I
things
think
like
that's
that.
dangerous to me, though.
Well,
That's
we live
just
in
my
a world.
opinion.
We live in a world where it can be dangerous, but it's dangerous meeting somebody
Yeah,
at McDonald's.
yeah, you're right.
Because if they want it their way and they ain't at Burger King, they can go ham at McDonald's. Like, hold on a minute, I want a Pepsi. Y'all got Coke products, and they go ham in McDonald's. You like, can you just drink some water? Like,
yeah, really.
New standards versus old
That's
expectations.
right.
Asking better questions early. A lot of times, y'all 2 months in before y'all even know what his last name is.
I know it, right? You don't
Y'all
know where he works.
don't know where he
You
works.
don't know if he go to church or not.
Church.
None of that.
None of that. And it's like you 2 months in. So you've already gave a green light way before you should. You supposed to still be on red light. By month 2, you on the yellow light. You yielding and caution, but ain't it amazing how people can't read? Like stop means stop, but y'all yield. And at the yield sign, y'all stop. I'm confused. So if you get in the car with me and you stop at a yield and you yield at a stop, when you take me home, I probably won't get in the car with you no more because you can't read. And if you can't read the stop sign, you can't read the Bible.
Let me tell y'all. When I was in the Navy, I was living in Norfolk, Virginia. I just came back from Knoxville, got into Norfolk, coming to the stop sign, just kind of doing them rolling stops. Where police pulled me over. He said, "Hey, the reason I pulled you over is because you didn't stop at that stop sign. You just yielded." And I was like, "What's the difference? Yield, stop." So he took his billy stick out and started hitting me in the head and said, "You want me to yield or stop?" No, I'm just kidding.
Like, you want me to yield?
Or you want me to stop?
Or you want me to stop? You know, letting love in without losing yourself. Boundaries without walls.
That's right.
Keeping individuality. Loving from wholeness, not emptiness. So know who you are again.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Pick yourself back up, go to church, find out who you are, get on the altar, snot, cry, tears, tissue, the whole 9. You're not looking for someone to complete you anymore. You're looking for someone to compliment you.
And that's what she does for me, y'all.
And that's what
I'm telling you, our gifts are so intertwined.
Yes, they are.
You know what I mean?
Because he called me his little techie baby.
That's my techie baby.
It blesses him. He'll do something more. He'll say something. And I'll be like, oh, well, that's not, at 55 inch, we got a 50 inch. That's 2.5 on each side.
That blew my mind.
He just be like, how do you know that? I'm like, okay, I like math.
And even talking about our gifts, like I do video, audio, graphics. She do graphics, video, audio.
Yes.
I can do a project and be like, well, baby, I think it needs a little more something to it. And pass it on to her, and she completes it. And it looks great.
And that's what it's all about.
That's what it's
all
about.
So one of the things I want you guys to understand as we close these thoughts, and we're going to end the show with showing you some of the Soul Shine Awards. We do this every year. We're going to host it again next year. We're super excited about it. We're happy about Mr. Wally Anderson. He's building a new Omega Event Center.
Yes.
And I'm the boss.
You the boss.
I'm the boss.
He said, I ain't figured it out yet, but I am.
Leave listeners hopeful and grounded. Okay, so divorce wasn't the end. It was a redirection.
That's it.
You didn't fail at love. You learned how to love. The goal isn't a perfect relationship. It's a conscious
I love that.
Learn to love.
I think a lot of people got the wrong idea about love.
Because they saw people coming in and out of their parents' lives. Yeah. If they wasn't married, you just saw people come in and out.
Right.
Your mama's friends, whether they were female or male, your dad's friends, female, males, but you never saw your mom and dad come together. And so in doing so, all you saw was people's backs.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So you become a person that all we see is your back.
Exactly.
And you don't fight for what you love. Right. The bravest thing you can do after your heart breaks is teach it how to trust again wisely.
That's right.
So that is our topic today, learning how to let love back in, because love and divorce, it is a part of grief.
That's right.
And so we want you to be sustained in your love walk and know that at the end of the day, you serve a God that loves you so much.
That's right.
And we're going to end the show. We're going to end the show by sharing some of the Soul Shine Awards. We think you guys, let's see here. We think you guys will really enjoy this. Right. Let's see here. We're going to get it started. And let's see here. We don't have that much time. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. Let's go here. achievement and holistic practitioner is about 12 years. So all kids are grown about this now. My son is about 26. So these young ladies was in my t-shirt program. And in the t-shirt program, what was so amazing about the t-shirt program was that they were able to come to the t-shirt program for summer. They got paid $1,000 to participate. We got another queen. All right. This next award, I heard you, Miss Terry Tucker. I was laying down tracks. So this next award, y'all, we want to give recognition for his excellence in achievement and hearing the call. He is no longer 5-foot giant. He is Martinez Creed. And we want to thank you for coming all the way from Georgia to bless us and to continue to let your light shine. Hey, son.
Right.
Yeah. Hey. Miss Kay.
Lucky that was somebody that was homeless and an addict 2 years ago.
I hear the call. Right now, you can go on stream on all platforms, and all you have to do is play it. I hear the call. I should be there. And I'm so excited about what God is doing. I'm so thankful for the husband God sent to my life. Hey!
I know troubles and pain will come in our life, yeah. But it requires your strength and your prayers before Him. Alright, take the time to go to the Master and just pray. Go Yahweh and just pray and know that you will be and your answers pray.
I went through a dark period in time, real dark, and I just want to say thank you to the ones who supported me through what I was going through. And I sought the Lord, and He sought for me to keep going, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm here today in alignment with God. Nothing else, nothing less. In alignment with God. Thank you so much.
Go give it up for her. And she lost over 250 pounds.
Yeah!
That's my dog.
Yeah!
And she make a mean meatloaf.
Oh, Brad went to slow grass.
I don't put that out like that. I listen to them. So it's on my website, MartinezCreed.com. Can't mess it up. MartinusCreed.com. MartinezCreed.com. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. If y'all now turn your attention to the screen, we're going to have a memorial moment.
Can I change your mind?
Life and love.
Can I
change your mind about life and love?
Can I change your mind?
about life and love. Can I about how you're feeling about you and your relationship? Can I help you see